Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Sorry, I can't get over this movie. I watched this when I was really younger, like really young, and I don't remember a whole lot of it because the main Daredevil in my mind is Charlie Cox, right? 2015, I was 14 years old, that was when I was able to watch maturity stuff, so going back to visit this is kind of a trip. So today, we're going to be talking about Daredevil. Daredevil was released in 2003 and it was written and directed by Mark Steven Johnson. No spoilers, but it's about Daredevil, right? It's about the comic book character, Marvel's Daredevil. We're doing another Marvel thing every Wednesday, so definitely subscribe if you like Marvel. This movie is bad. It's bad. It's way worse than I remember, right? Because when I was younger, you know, I grew up on Spider-Man mainly. I mean, Spider-Man's my guy. And I knew that there were other superhero films at the time that were not as good as Spider-Man, right? Like, I knew this film existed. I had seen it before when I was younger, but I don't remember anything about it from back then. I really don't. So I was sitting here watching it, I'm like, oh, that's why I don't remember it. Because it is so not good. I'm going to remember this movie for the rest of my life because it's that bad. Where to start? I think we're going to start with the acting, because the acting is really what makes this movie special. We have Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Yes, Batman as Daredevil. And I don't think that he did a particularly bad job. Did he do a good job? No, I don't think he's perfect as the titular character, but is he passable? Yes, I do think that he is. And a lot of the stuff that he does, you know, kind of works, you know? I think that him acting blind worked for me. I like his look, I like his appearance, I think it's fine. I can't decide if I wanted him to be more serious or less serious about the role, right? Because one or the other had to happen, and he just was in the middle the whole time. And in the middle is never somewhere you want to be when you're acting. You should really choose a side and take that. And it just felt silly and also super serious at the same time. And that's kind of how I felt about Venom, the first one, which, now that I think about it, there's a lot of comparable similarities in the films. And this one felt very much like a bad superhero movie that thought it was going to be good, right? And that's the difference between Venom and Venom 2, where Venom was a bad movie that they thought was going to be good, and the second one is a bad movie they thought was going to be bad, so they leaned into it. And this one was like, this is going to be the serious movie of the year. Everyone's going to love it. And it was garbage. And I don't think it's Ben Affleck's fault, but like, to a certain extent, he definitely didn't help. Jennifer Gardner as Elektra. First of all, what was that? Like, I am so confused. I'm so confused. Why are eyes so green? Like, they are so green. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. And this really reminds me that I hate the character Elektra. I hate Elektra so much. Elektra might be my least favorite Marvel property ever. Like, I mean that. I hate Elektra. I hated her in Daredevil Season 2. I hated her in The Defenders. I hated her in this. I can't get behind the character. I don't care. She makes no sense, right? And then she has her own solo film, I guess, a spin-off of this movie. I have not seen it. I have not heard anything about it. I'm sure it's hot garbage. I'm very excited to watch it. And I guess now is about as good a time as any to talk about the soundtrack, which, I kid you not, is like 95% Evanescence songs. I'm just like sitting here like, oh yeah, I'm watching Daredevil, and then Bring Me to Life comes on, and I'm like, why? They're at a funeral at one point. I think it's a funeral. It might be like, it was raining, it was sad, and they were playing that super sad song from Evanescence, and I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh my god, the early 2000s was a special time. We will never get back to that, right? I'm really excited. I can't wait till I'm an adult, I can't wait till I'm 40, right? And I look back at the Suicide Squad, like the first one, the original one with Will Smith, and I go, Heathens did not age as well as we thought it was going to, and that's how Evanescence felt for me here in this film. There's just way too much of it. I think one song is too much of it, and it just does not mix with the tone of this movie, which, let's talk about the tone now. What is the tone? It's dark, you can't really see anything, and it feels sad and depressing and angsty, kind of like the Netflix show. But it lacks the comedy, right? And the only comedy we really have in this film comes from Jon Favreau, who plays Foggy Nelson, of course. And that kind of worked for me. Was it a little distracting that it was Jon Favreau? Yes. I'm not that mad about it. It's fine. But it does not work, right? It does not work. With the tone of the movie, it does not work. And I think that they needed to make it more dark or more comedic, and I can't decide which. This movie, honestly, this movie makes me question everything I think I know about film. Everything. I'm like, this movie is bad and great at the same time. Anyway, back to more acting. We have Colin Farrell. We have Colin Farrell as Bullseye. Awful. Real bad. What is Colin Farrell doing in this movie? I don't know. He looks stupid as hell. He really does. And his acting is garbage. And it's Colin Farrell. And, Colin Farrell's one of my favorite actors. Mainly because he was in a movie called In Bruges, which, if you have not seen In Bruges, you should watch it, because it's really good. I like Colin Farrell. This made me go, I don't like him as much anymore. I genuinely don't like Colin Farrell as much anymore after seeing this movie, and that's a problem. He's not good at the character, he's not good at the movie, he's a distraction, and he's the main villain. And that's I can't believe it. I really can't. And then, oh, that's a spoiler, I can't talk about that. Just kidding. Next. Michael Clarke Duncan as Kingpin, I did not hate, actually. I think he was fine. I wanted more Kingpin because, it's Daredevil, of course I want more Kingpin. And we didn't get a whole lot of it, and it's kind of sad because I honestly think that he did pretty well. Was he Vincent D'Onofrio? Absolutely not. He is a god among men. But was it a good performance? I think it was. I think it worked, and I was like, yeah, that's Kingpin. Easy. But we needed more of him and less of Bullseye. That is a fact. That is a fact that might have actually saved the movie. That and less Evanescence, and also cutting Elektra completely. I'm going to wrap it up. I think it's only fair to give Daredevil a D. Have you seen this movie? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Let me know if this is, am I wrong? Is this a good movie? Do you like this movie? Let me know. I won't hate you if you like it. I want to know your opinion, so let me know in the comments down below. Definitely consider subscribing, because once we get to 200 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a variety show for 8 hours live, so definitely consider subscribing, because you're not going to want to miss that. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.